Hey all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the South, more specifically Maggie Valley, North Carolina. And here at the Carpetbagger channel, we like to stay abreast of what is going on with different roadside attractions, museums, and amusement parks around the country. And one amusement park we have been covering since the very beginning of this channel is Ghost Town in the Sky here in Maggie Valley. Now, Ghost Town in the Sky is a Wild West amusement park. It was opened in 1961, and for quite a few decades, it was a very popular tourist stop here in Maggie Valley back in the heyday of Westerns and the glorification of the Wild West. In later decades, it had somewhat of a tumultuous history. In fact, in one of my past videos, I dubbed it as being a cursed amusement park, saying that the mountain itself was cursed. And the Charlotte Observer likes to quote me and refer to it as a cursed amusement park every time that they mention Ghost Town in the Sky. The last couple years were rough. It shut down, I believe, early 2000s when the ski lift that takes you to the top of the mountain where the amusement park is, that broke down in a thunderstorm, stranding guests, dangling. There were several other attempts to resurrect the park. It never really got off the ground. It would open for a season here, a season there. They put millions upon millions of dollars into trying to get the park functioning, put several $1 million just into the one roller coaster here, only to have it operate for only one day before finding problems that causing it to shut down forever. Probably the most infamous event that really kind of put a nail in the park's coffin was during one of the gunfights. They would have mock gunfights using real guns and blanks in the street. One of the famed performers, the Apache Kid, was shot during one of these fights when a piece of something was lodged in a gun and fired into him. He would be transported to the hospital. He would be told to take a drug test at the hospital, which he refused, and was subsequently fired. So shot and then fired, regardless of what you think of the situation. That's not a good look. That's not a good PR look for the park. And later, the Apache Kid, I've not spoken to him myself, but I know that he had made statements suggesting that maybe foul play was involved. Now, people have been hearing over and over again that the Ghost Town is going to be reopening, that someone's going to come in and buy it and reopen it. And the last time this happened was very, very disappointing for the community, for fans of amusement parks, for fans of roadside attractions. A huckster, I don't know a better word for it, a huckster came into town claiming that he was going to buy, actually he didn't claim, he was kind of working behind the scenes, alleging that he was going to buy Ghost Town in the Sky. Now, the news stories at the time said that two former executives from Disney were looking to purchase Ghost Town in the Sky. This turned out to not be true. Like I said, there was a huckster, a shady, shadowy figure in the background that had been running cons all over the country. He came in. The current owner of Ghost Town is a woman in her 90s by the name of Alaska Presley. She was talked into this man, this man talked to her, convinced her that he was going to buy the park. He failed to bring in this money. He kept telling people that the money was coming. It's a classic scam of someone with no money talking their way into a position to take advantage of people. And like I said, the headlines were that these two Disney executives were purchasing the park. What had happened was this huckster had found two former Disney executives. They went public claiming that they were buying the park. This was not true. They were being used as a kind of, I think, as figureheads to use their reputation to gain stock. One of these executives was going to come to the Maggie Valley Town Hall and talk about the future of Ghost Town. Now, for Maggie Valley, the history of Ghost Town is a big deal. This is something that had defined their town for generations. And the people here in the town were very excited to think that Ghost Town in the Sky could be reopened once again. And the Chamber of Commerce was going to live stream this town hall meetings for all the people that wouldn't be able to make it there. Valerie, the Disney executive, showed up. She She demanded there be no pictures, no video. She really didn't give a lot of solid information, didn't very evasive with some of the questions, and told the town that they could not live stream their own town hall meeting, which was something they had made a promise to on Facebook. So I also I was there. I was going to film myself. She pointed me out. I know who you are. You're the, she called me the vagabond because she couldn't remember my name. But anyways, so I left that meeting with a really, really weird feeling. Like really, like what's really going on here? It had an aura of something's not quite right. And something was not quite right, as I previously explained. There was a shadowy figure in the background manipulating all these other people. And eventually it fell apart. It fell to pieces. Contractors were not getting paid. People, were being hired to do work on the park. They were not getting paid. This man was going around town racking up bills and not paying them. There was even some weird information that he was living at Alaska Presley's home. I don't want to speculate, but it smells like there may have been some taking advantage of the elderly involved in the situation. Just a bad situation, a bad, ugly situation, a very disappointing situation for the people that really wanted to see Ghost Town in the sky. And likewise, I was doubtful from the beginning because I had actually been up to Ghost Town not long before that. I had filmed a video with permission of the abandoned Ghost Town, and I knew that there wasn't a lot left. Most of the rides had been removed. The idea of it becoming an amusement park seemed far off. Maybe it becoming something else, adapting into something else. That seemed like a possibility, but the idea that it was just going to open up and be Ghost Town again seemed a little far-fetched. And then there was actually some stories about the hit the news about the Disney executives actually were going back and trying to purchase the park again. I pretty much just ignored it. I just, was kind of sick of it at that point. It's like, produce something. I'm sick of people getting excited about something happening at Ghost Town and getting let down over and over and over again. So those passed. And there was recently, in the last couple weeks, there were some rumblings that a new party had become interested in Ghost Town, an undisclosed party, hopefully not another shady huckster, but that a new party was interested in Ghost Town, the sky. I saw this. People asked me about it, because of some of the videos I've made, people ask me if I've heard anything that's going on with Ghost Town in the sky. And I told them, I don't know. I don't want to get excited. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I heard some more rumblings just yesterday that there was something going on up at Ghost Town. So I've come up here to the road entrance. Let's take a look. Now, as you can see, there's no trespassing sign. Plus, beware of dogs. There's going to be, there's wild dogs roaming Ghost Town. We have a fence here that clearly says no trespassing. We are not going to cross this barrier. When I filmed Ghost Town before, I had explicit permission to do so, and we do not have permission, so we cannot go past this gate. But there is something a little interesting out here. Check this out. This was not here before. This just appeared recently. There is a cowboy security guard. I guess if we decide to trespass, he is going to blow our brains out with that rifle. Another cowboy up there. You can see him with his rifle as well. See this kudzu patch. We have another sentry guarding the entrance to Ghost Town. So that leaves one final question. What is going on at Ghost Town in the sky? Obviously, these cowboys out here, it means something. These were not here before. Someone moved them. These were the cowboys that previously be in the displays that they have, like little tableaus with I think they had like a poker game. They had a jail. So the cowboys would be in these little displays. Someone's dragged them out and put them down here at the gate. I think this all this means is that someone is doing something up at the top of Ghost Town. Someone has some plans, it looks like. where those plans go, what direction. I don't think there's any real answers. It does concern me. I mean, these are antique figures. They've been dragged out and left out in the elements. I think maybe that may indicate that whatever plans they have for Ghost Town does not include these figures. I mean, putting them down here as guards is kind of a gag, maybe. I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope that, ideally I'd love to see Ghost Town reopen as an amusement park. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. So I guess at this point, all we can do is wait, see what happens. You have to see if Ghost Town does reopen, to see if it does remain Ghost Town, or if they just plow the whole thing and build condos up here. It'll be interesting to see. But anyways, I appreciate it. I will let you guys know if I hear anything else about Ghost Town. Feel free to keep in touch so we know what's going on with Ghost Town, that we can kind of figure out and do a little bit of detective work to find out what's going on up here. If you'd like to see other places, I've been other places I've covered, check the interactive map in the description. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider buying a t-shirt, consider buying a pressed penny, consider donating to Patreon. A $3 or more donation will get you a postcard once a month. But for now, this one's in the bag.